Here's a very sobering thought for you. A new study says that for a third of Americans working a full-time job year-round, it is not enough to cover necessities like rent, groceries, and other basic expenses. So now, California has signed a new law aimed at making life easier for fast food workers. The bill would cap minimum wage for these workers at $22 an hour, which works out to be around $43,000 a year. So would you be willing to pay more for your Happy Meal, per se, if you knew the worker was getting paid a living wage? You're shaking your head.
Absolutely,
Jeff.
absolutely. They don't make enough, right? And it's supposed to be a lesson for like younger kids, but people make this is their careers, right? And we have to look at it like that. I don't know how minimum wage goes up for everything else. Like if you look at a curve of inflation, it goes like that. Why isn't everything like that? All jobs across the board, not just food workers, are like this since the 80s. But inflation is whatever letter that is.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And may I add, we could raise it 20%, so a $5 burger is a $7 burger. Perhaps the millionaire CEO at the top could take maybe one bonus off and perhaps give it to the people that scrub the floors. That might be a thing. I also just want to say, low-income families working full-time, to make up the difference from where the cost of benefits are, they would need an additional, and this shocked me, $23,500.
Wow.
So the difference isn't a little bit of money. It's an enormous amount for things like health care and just basic needs. So I just wanted to make that
clear.
clear.
They're getting further and further in debt every year.
Super further, yeah.
Erica, would you pay more?
I would absolutely pay more, but the truth is, we think that people who work certain jobs as a society don't deserve to make enough money to live.
Yes.
And on top of it, people have the audacity to go in and abuse them on top of that, which is the reason why when you go into like a lot of fast food restaurants now, or you're in a drive-through, or any job that isn't paying like at least the poverty line, you're waiting forever because all of a sudden there have been other opportunities for people to make money. So they don't want to work at these places because people are out there abusing them.
The dignity's not there.
Something has to give. And if that means that they are making more, which they need to make more anyway, then we are going to be responsible for that in some way or another.
Well said. Well, speaking of expensive things, how much do you think it costs for a family of 4 to visit Universal Studios theme park in Florida? Check out this viral video. A mom from Britain posted a TikTok showing all the costs her family racked up for their visit, including parking, drinks, lunch, ice cream, and a coffee. It looks like they all had a great time, of course, but guess how much it cost them? The total for the day, $1,100. The tickets and the fast passes were by far the most expensive items. Before we discuss, Tori, compare it to, I know you have some details on comparing it to other popular theme parks.
Totally. And again, this isn't with hotels or anything. This is just a day at the park with rides, okay? Universal Studios for a family of 4, about $1,113.
We just did that.
Cool. Disney World, I was like, did we just do that? Disney World, about $817.
Whoa, Disney World's cheaper?
Cheaper.
Huh.
Six Flags in Los Angeles, about $918.
No, not if you go pick up the Coke can at the Albertsons next door. You get $15 off. Okay. Back when I used to ride.
Well, so a problem solved.
$950
ticket. $15 off per ticket. That adds up. Go ahead.
Well,
I don't know how I was going to follow that.
I was just going to say, and just so you guys know, this is not just like this is also art museums and science museums and things that kids are supposed to be able to see. In New York, it's a whole class system, can't get in. In DC, every Smithsonian museum is free. And I'm so proud of that because in New York, you want to show a kid art, they can't. It's for a family of 4. That's a whole day.
It's not only that. Those are the big ones that people save up for, and I don't know how you afford that on an average income, right? If we just went to like a little theme park, not a theme park, a little carnival, a pop-up carnival. We weren't halfway through the carnival, and I was down $100.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you want to throw a thing and pick up a duck? $20. I'm like, he's picking up a duck for a flute. And they're like, well, you got to pay separate for the kids. So it's $40 for a plastic flute.
Ridiculous.
And the kids are like, yeah. I'm like, I wanted to strangle this guy. He robbed me.
Yeah. It's true. Every time we play those, like carnival games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. They'll be like, here's $20, here's a bucket of balls, and then you win a prize that's easily 10 cents. Like the prize is 10 cents.
Yeah, and you can't ever win. You're not getting that ball in wherever.
They make them too small sometimes, I feel.
Yeah.
I do feel that way.